Hey and welcome to Vegan Petite. My name is Linda and today's video we are making vegan oil-free fried rice. So obviously it's not actually fried rice because there's no oil, but that's kind of the point here. So this recipe was inspired by the Happy Pear on YouTube. I will leave a link to their video below in the description so you can check it out. But for now, let's make some delicious oil-free fried rice. For this recipe, I started out with some cooked turmeric rice. So all I do is I rinse some white rice and then I add a bit of ground turmeric, black pepper, and salt to the cooking water and mix it all together. Then I just pop it all into my Aroma rice cooker, put the lid on, put on the power button, turn on the white rice setting, and within about 25 to 30 minutes you have some nice cooked white rice. I like to leave the lid on for a few extra minutes just to kind of let it steam and get fluffy, but I'll leave a link down below so you can check out this Aroma rice cooker. It makes it really convenient to cook whatever kind of rice you like. For the base, I'm using 3 cloves of garlic, a thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger, and some green onions. I've got about 6 of them here. So this is gonna add a ton of flavor to our oil-free fried rice, which is just what we want. So you can see I've chopped up the onion and the garlic and ginger, and now we're just gonna add all of that to a hot non-stick skillet on medium to medium-high heat. I like to stir those around for about 30 seconds just to let them get a bit fragrant before I add a splash of water to the pan, just to make sure that nothing burns or sticks to the pan. Next up, I'm adding 2 carrots that I've diced up into little bitty pieces, and I'm gonna stir those in. Generally with cooking, you wanna start with your flavor-based vegetables like onions and garlic, and then add in your vegetables in the order of how long they're gonna take to cook. So since carrots are harder, we're adding those first. Now I am adding the stalk of a couple of heads of broccoli. Usually people just use the florets and toss away the stalk, but the stalk itself has a lot of flavor. Just dice it up into small pieces and it'll cook really well and add more volume and nutrients and flavor to your dishes. Likewise, I had some leftover kale stalks. I usually don't use the stalks in my salads, so I like to save them and chop them up and use them for dishes like this, like stir fries, so that way we're not letting them go to waste and we still get the benefits from all the nutrients of those kale stalks. Now that those have had a chance to soften, I am adding the chopped florets of my broccoli into little bite-sized pieces and just going into the pan. The florets take less time to cook, so that's why those are going in now. I don't know about you, but I personally love broccoli. Even as a kid, it was my favorite vegetable. I never understood why other people didn't like broccoli. So I covered up the pan to let all the veggies steam for a few minutes, and now that the broccoli is looking bright and green, I'm gonna season the veggies. So I'm using some ground cumin per the Happy Pear suggestion, although personally I think next time I'll just use some curry powder instead because it's more the type of flavor profile that I personally like. And I also added some hot chili flakes, I think that's what they're called, dried red chilies, the kind you put on pizza, and a little bit of salt as well, and just stir those veggies together. You can really add whatever seasonings you like. Garlic powder works well, so does onion powder, extra ginger powder if you want. I think curry powder would work really well in this recipe. Now, a lot of fried rice recipes call for sesame oil, but instead of using the oil, we're going for the real thing here, baby. So put in some white sesame seeds or black sesame seeds, whatever kind you like. Make a little hole in your vegetables and just put those in the middle so they have a chance to toast. Don't let them burn. You just want them to toast so that they get fragrant. And then you can just mix them up with all the vegetables. Now make sure that you have used a rice paddle to break up your cooked rice if you made this the day before or whatever. You just want there to not be any huge clumps of rice as you're adding it to your vegetables. So I like to add about half of it first, mix it up so that it's not too hard to stir, and then add the rest of it later once this part is incorporated. Now that I've added my rice, I'm going in with a couple tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, and the rice and the veggies are gonna just absorb that umami flavor. And I'm also going to add a little bit of vegetable stock, but instead of actual vegetable stock, I'm using a mixture of hot water with better than bouillon, so that's what that is. And there it goes. That's just gonna add a little more moisture to our day-old rice and fluff up those kernels again and add a lovely flavor. And there we go, that's it. That's how you make oil-free vegan fried rice packed with loads of veggies. The veggies are nice and bright and tender. I think this makes a fantastic meal for weight loss, as the Happy Pear suggested, and enjoy. And that's it. Vegan oil-free fried rice. This is an awesome recipe that you can customize with whatever kind of rice you like, white or brown, turmeric, or just plain. You can clear out your fridge of all your veggies and just toss them in there. Quick tip, whenever I make a dish that's gonna call for rice, like a main dish like a curry or something like that, or stir fry, I always like to make extra rice so I have leftovers to make this fried rice recipe. In addition to switching up the veggies, you could definitely add some tofu or chickpeas into your fried rice to add more protein if you like. You can also play with the seasonings, of course, and it's just an awesome way to use up a bunch of leftovers and still come up with a really tasty, satisfying meal at the end of the day. If you like this video, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel to grow so more people can see it. And if you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell as well. I share new videos every Sunday, so make sure that you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with a very special Valentine's Day surprise. Have a great week. Bye. But for now, let's make some magic happen and make some... And that's how you do it. That's how you make